Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is going to be a tutorial of how to make your own stage select images, basically for Project M. Pretty easy. There are a couple of things you want to have beforehand. First one is the bin to JPEG tool. You can find all of this on Brawl Vault. All you got to do, go to Brawl Vault, go to the main page, and click Resources, this little blue icon, and you can download it right there. I'll go over how to use that in just a little bit, as well as either Photoshop or Paint.net. Most have Photoshop for the most part, but a free alternative, and this is how I'm going to be doing the tutorial, is using the program Paint.net. As well as to install these things, you can do it a multitude of ways. You can use Brawlbox, but you can also use the Brawl Stage Manager, which is probably the easiest way going about it. That's what I would recommend. Links to all of this are going to be in the description, so just look there and everything should be all there for you. So basically, starting it off then, once you have your photo editing program and you have the bin to JPEG, you're going to want to start taking pictures. And the easiest way of doing this, I have two examples here and here. The easiest way of doing this is going into an infinitely timed match, pick Mewtwo, and go whatever desired stage you have, and spot dodge by shielding and pressing down for those that don't know. Upon doing that, you'll turn invisible, and you can adjust the screen however you'd like once you pause the game and take your picture. Once you save it to your SD card, though, it's not going to look quite like this. It's going to be a really weird image. It's going to be a .bin file, and that's just the file system they use in the Wii. It's really weird, but basically to get the JPEG image out, you're going to have to download the bin to JPEG tool. And once you download that, you're going to get four strange little things. You don't really need to know what they do specifically, just how to operate them. So once you download it, you're going to have the bin to JPEG all and these three other ones. Don't worry about these three. They don't really matter. All you're going to do is once you save your images to your SD card, you go into the Project M folder, and there's going to be a folder created that's titled AL, both capital letters. Just double click that, and you'll see all of whatever bin files you created. From there, just drag them in to the folder that you make for all of these JPEG or .bin images where it's got these four things in. Paste them in and double click this bin to JPEG all, and you'll get your images. From there, here's an example of one I've already done in the past for Pokemon Stadium 2. And yeah, those are just a couple examples. You can also do it for costumes, of course. But once you have your images, and here are my two images right there and there, all we have to do, we're going to use templates, and all of the templates that I'm going to be discussing, the link for that is also going to be in the description for templates for starters, band stages, as well as counter picks. All of that is going to be in the description, so feel free to use those. And yeah, so the way I'm going to be doing this, we're going to be doing two stages in the example. So first off, we have our image. We're going to be doing it as if Bowser's Castle for the alternate stage with the three platforms is going to be the default stage, and the alternate stage is going to be the one with swamps. So starting with our first image here, we're going to use the regular stage or the default stage, hit Control A to copy or select all of the picture, and then Control C to copy it. From there, we're going to open up this template, which allows for two stages, one default up here and an alternate down here. First off, we're just going to make a new layer, and we're going to take this layer right here and pull it underneath. We're going to want it underneath just in case we have maybe potential clipping issues. Doesn't matter, it's just preference, that's what I do. From there, we're going to hit Control V and keep the canvas size. As you can see, it's 176 by 176. Don't stray from that resolution, it has to be that size. And from there, just kind of adjust the picture however you see fit, however you would like it positioned. And I think that looks pretty good. And what you want to do, maybe move it down just a bit. What you want to do is you don't want all this in this section here, so just click the rectangle selection tool, select it, and delete. And as you can see, the black line's still going to be there because it's on a different selection, or a different layer, rather. So there's the first image, pretty easy. Next up, we're going to take the other one. This is going to be the L Alt. Hit Control A, same thing, and Control C to copy. And once again, make another layer and put it at the bottom, just what I do personally. From there, paste it, keep the canvas size, and again, we're going to resize this, stretch it however we feel necessary. It might be a little bit weird just because it is a much smaller image, or needs to be at least because of the area allowed. So Something like that maybe. Might adjust it just a little bit more. Something like that, I guess. That looks pretty good. Might show a little bit of lava off the top. And same thing, we don't want this little space right here. Don't want that to show, so all we're going to do is highlight it and press delete. And there we go. If you would like, you can basically use this image here. However, if we were to use this for a tournament where it has a starter, counterpick, or band logo on top of it, there's one extra step. But if you wanted to finish this as is, you're going to hit Control-Shift-F and then hit Control-Shift-S to save as, so you don't save over the template. But hit Control-Z, undo that. We're not really going to do that quite yet, because I'm going to make this as if it were a tournament stage. So this is the starter template, which we're going to use. Select all of it, hit Control-C, copy in it, and then we're going to go back, have one more layer created, a new layer, put it all the way at the top, and paste it in, and there we go. That's basically everything, and that's your image. So this is the portrait that we're going to be using if we were to make this a starter stage. Once again, finally, you do have to hit Control-Shift-F to flatten it to one singular image, no layers involved. And there is your image. So basically that's it. And like I said, you just hit Control-Shift-S, make your picture, and there it is. But that's not all. We do also have to make the icon for if it were a starter image. And that's pretty easy to do, considering this is a starter image. We're just going to have a background around something. I'll show you how to do that right now. So this is the image we've got, but to make the icon, the one you're going to see when you actually select the stage, there are multiple things to use for this. And like you can see right here, I have all four created: the band, starter, and counterpick rectangles, and then the default one if you don't want to make this for a tournament stage. So for this instance, we're going to be using the starter icon for the template. Open it up. And similar to the very first image we did here, we're going to copy the default stage, because that's how the stages work in the game. The default is always the one displayed on the icon, not any of the alternates. So make a layer and have it underneath the original. Just drag it right there and paste. Keep the canvas size. And once again, this is 64 by 56. It must be that size, or else the game can potentially freeze, and you obviously don't want that. So we're going to continue to resize, stretch this however we see fit, and I think that looks pretty good. I might just keep that, maybe stretch this just a little bit more. And there it is. Also, if you were to do this in Photoshop, you'd want to hold, I believe, you want to hold Shift while dragging, because you'll keep the aspect ratio. As small as these images are, you don't really need to worry too much about that. It does look a bit better, I will admit, but it's not too big of a deal because it still comes out looking pretty good, even when you don't do that. So similar to the last two steps, Control-Shift-F, flatten the image, Control-Shift-S, save the image wherever you see fit, wherever you like, and that's it. So basically just take your two images, convert them from the Wii into regular JPEG images, put them into a photo editing program, use the templates as a guide. You don't need to use them, but they make the process 10 times easier, and I would recommend using them. But once you're done with that, then it's just a simple drag and drop, make new layers and such, and you saw the process. It's pretty straightforward. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And yeah, hope this helped out, and I will see you all later. Comment, rate, subscribe, and have a good one.